Stories of Hispanic Heritage, sponsored by Gomez Trial Attorneys.
We continue to honor Hispanic Heritage Month, where history was made right here in San Diego nearly a year ago when Mayor Todd Gloria was elected to lead the city. As the first openly gay person of color in San Diego to hold the office, the mayor knows he's representing more than just voters. As he told our Kathleen Bade, he takes great pride in his mixed heritage, including a very instrumental Puerto Rican grandmother.
But looking like this in San Diego with this last name, despite being mixed heritage, I've always been read as Latino, and my grandmother's Puerto Rican, and so that's not incorrect, but it isn't necessarily a full picture of who I am.
For that, you have to go back to his Filipino, Native American, and Puerto Rican household, where he grew up in Claremont with his parents and older brother Ty, just a stone's throw away from his school, Hawthorne Elementary. Known as Mama G, his mom is famous for feeding his friends, only now it's the mayor's entourage.
So my mom makes an amazing chorizo breakfast, which is definitely worth it. I think she picked it up from my grandmother.
His first elected office was at Madison High School as student body president.
But it was here at USD that a young Todd Gloria found his voice. The shy kid from Claremont even becoming an activist, among other things.
My grandmother actually lives just in the canyon below the university, and so I remember growing up and sitting in her front yard, and she'd say, "You're going to go to school there one day." I think it was because she wanted me to come home and have lunch with her, but she was prophetic. I did end up going here, and it was not a given, right? No one in our family had ever gone before. There was something about being able to see it from her yard that made it more real.
What was also real was that he was different from a lot of his peers on campus. He endured harassment for both the color of his skin and his sexual orientation.
As an openly LGBTQ person in the mid-1990s at a Catholic university, this was an interesting place to navigate. And I think the person I was in high school would have been very quiet, would have been very compliant. Don't make waves, get straight A's, just, what have you. I made a conscious decision on this campus to say, you know what, I want other students to have a better experience than I've had. Hi there.
This proud alum wanted to share his story from the place that was so pivotal in shaping him.
How cool is this?
Gloria says he spent a lot of time at this library because failure was not an option.
Again, the pressure of my family and the community and whatnot, and so this is where I would go to just buckle in and just study.
On scholarship, he says too many people were depending on him to succeed. A familiar weight he also carries with him today as the first mayor of color in San Diego.
I was very committed to my school and to work, and that was about it. I wasn't...
What'd you do for fun?
I'm not a fun person.
The mayor says he strives for a more balanced life now, which resulted in a new addition to the family this year with his longtime partner.
We have a dog. We got a pandemic dog like everyone else. That has been life-changing and great. And
what's his name?
Diego.
Okay.
You'd expect.
He says he uses walks with Diego not so much to relax, but to log potholes and other issues on city streets. But it's never far from his mind that he's paving more than just roads when he's walking around as mayor to communities of color.
But I recognize I'm doing it on behalf of communities that have historically been shut out of City Hall. And I'm doing it knowing that if there was a role model like me when I was a boy, I know how powerful that would have been, and I don't want to mess up.
Mayor Gloria says he doesn't plan to have children of his own, but thinks often about the signals kids are getting, especially Latinos.
And my hope, really for any child, but particularly for Latino children who may get those messages from the community. They're not explicit, but if you haven't seen people in these positions, if you haven't seen these stories told, if it's not been widely kind of part of mainstream society, you might believe that there's something less about you. As someone who is a part of the Latino community, it's important to me to be a good role model, and the responsibility is that you're the first, but you are not the last, that you do a job so well that you leave the door open for others to follow.
What a great story. A reminder that was our Kathleen Bade who shared that with us. A reminder to catch our full Hispanic Heritage special celebrating many more people, their stories, their history. It airs this Sunday at 7 p.m.